Ladies and gentlemen, it is me, the invisible hand, the general manager of the MWS Revolution, Don Callis. Also the manager of the Don Callis family in AEW All Elite Wrestling. I'm here to talk about the They Are Coming video. They are coming on Heat Wave. That is right, Heat Wave. And you want to know the exact date when they are coming, when they will be revealed, I'll tell you, but I'm not going to tell you who the members are. That is a surprise. But it is time for a new era in the MWS Revolution. You see, the co-owner of the MWS Revolution, I'm not talking about that wimp, that four-eyed nerd Scott Casey. Yeah, I'm talking about Mischief Mikey Miller. Very soon he will get complete and full ownership. Now, I originally was going to get ownership of the MWS Revolution, but I decided to let Mischief Mikey Miller have it because he has earned that spot. So Scott Casey Gale can co-own it now, but Mischief Mikey Miller is definitely going to become the owner, chairman, and CEO of the MWS Revolution. He will have 100% ownership of the MWS Revolution. So Scott Casey Gale and all you MWS phonies, all you MWS marks, get ready for MWS Heatwave, which is 2 months away. Now the exact date is gonna be, so Heatwave is gonna be a new era here in the MWS Revolution. August 30th, 2026. We're gonna take the MWS into a whole new direction. They are coming. They will be revealed. They will cause mass destruction here in the MWS Revolution. And once they do, it's going to be the biggest threat the MWS Revolution has had. Now, I'm here to introduce one half of the MWS Tag Team Champions. He is also the current MWS World Heavyweight Champion. He is the Board of Directors Chairman and the co-owner of the MWS Revolution, Mischief Mikey Miller. Hit his music. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is your board of directors chairman, your co-owner of the MWS Revolution, one half of the MWS Tag Team Champions, along with our beloved chief of staff. Someone asked me IRA, and the current MWS World Heavyweight Champion, me, Mischief Mikey Miller from Darman Studios. They are coming. What is that all about? August 30th, 2026 is going to be the pay-per-view of the summer that's going to shock the world. It's going to be something the fans never see coming. You see, Scott Tisageo, I'm going to challenge you to a rematch at this month's pay-per-view called Revolution Loaded to a Hell in a Cell match for my World Heavyweight title. And our chief of staff, someone asked me, Ira, will once again be the special guest referee because he does such a good job of it. And General Manager Don Callis and Assistant General Manager Paul Heyman will be accompanying me at ringside. Paul Heyman will be the special guest timekeeper and the special guest ring announcer. See, they are coming. It's going to change the era of the MWS Revolution as we know it. The Mischief Mikey era has begun. It is definitely changing all the effects that are happening here in the MWS Revolution. I am the new face of the MWS Revolution. And once I become full owner, chairman, and CEO, whenever that happens, Scott Casey Gale will just go back to being a precious, this little punk kid. You see, Scott Casey, you could be the co-owner as you all you like, but you know that I control you. I own you, Scott Casey Gale. I I have ownership over you. I said at Revolution Mania 10 I was going to defeat you for the World Heavyweight title. I did just all that. 2026 is the year of Mischief Mikey Miller. See, I am a former hardcore champion, a former United States champion, and a former Intercontinental champion. See, my brother, Jaden Miller, the MWS Director of Operations, holds both the United States title and Intercontinental title, but he's not my problem. But if he gets in my way and continues to override all my decisions, then he will be a major problem because Jaden Miller is your other adopted son, my younger brother. He is a genius. He is smart. He is a goody two shoes punk. But Scott, you don't understand. You can't stop what's about to happen at Revolution Heatwave. You can't stop. They are coming because they are coming. And as the general manager Don Callis has said, they will cause pure mass chaos and destruction here in the MWS Revolution. They will destroy the MWS Revolution from within. They will take over the MWS Revolution as we know it. And once they do, it's going to be something that's going to completely shock all the MWS fans as we know it. The fans are going to be full of hatred and disappointment. Also, and the Anonymous has something to say. He says the message he delivered, there are some returning faces who will show up at Revolution Loaded pay-per-view. But I'm not going to say. You'll find out at Revolution Loaded, Mr. Scooter St. Williams. So yes, Scooter St. Williams, you're going to find out at Revolution Loaded who the returning members are. And if you think they're going to be on your side, then you, my friend, my father, have got another thing coming. Scott Casey Gale, once I have 2 victories over you. And a Revolution Loaded inside the Hell in a Cell, it's going to be my 3rd single victory over you. I have 2 tag team victories over you, and I have 2 single victories over you, Scott Casey Gale. But they will not reveal themselves until Revolution Heatwave on August 30, 2026. My apologies and my mistake. And Chief of Staff, the Hardcore Champion, someone asked me, Iowa, has pitched me a wonderful idea. But that's just something. You're gonna have to wait and find out what Iowa's idea is. IRA, the Chief of Staff. His idea is not going to be revealed until Revolution Heatwave. Do you remember what he whispered in your ear? He actually whispered in your ear the night of my championship coronation. He whispered, they are coming in your ear. So yes, me and Iowa and the mystery individuals and Don Callis and Paul Heyman, we have been planning this hostile takeover. They are coming for a long, long time. It all began when I calmed you into adopting me as a son at Memorial Day Massacre 2025 and a Memorial Day Massacre 2026 and the steel cage match. Let's just say it's the beginning of your end. Revolution Mania 10, when I defeated you, Scott Casey Gale, was the beginning of the end of the Scooter St. William era. And it's just going to get worse for you from there. You're going to have to do exactly what I say, Scooter St. William. whatever I command you to do, Scooter St. William, if I decide to take you to the woodshed, I'll decide to take you to the woodshed. And you sit where I tell you to sit. Sorry if I sound a little weird, but if I command you to sit on my lap, that's exactly what you do. You serve your punishment. And let's just say me and Ira have something major planned for you tonight on Revolution Impact, which is open fight night. Now, last week's Revolution Impact did not air due to technical issues, but let's just say that's all part of the plan. The major plan that I, Mischief Mikey Miller, have here in the MWS Revolution. I need the full control. I need that full power. And once I have that full control and that full power, you're just giving me nothing more than a stepping stone here in the MWS Revolution, Scott Gale. And not even Jaden Miller is going to be able to stop me from what I'm about to do, from what we're about to do. Now, I'm going to be ending this very soon, and I'm going to let Don Callis speak for a little bit. Then it's going to go back to me. Mr. Don Callis, you may have the floor. Thank you, Mischief Mikey. Yes, Scott Gale. The Mischief Mikey era here in the MWS Revolution is the most powerful era here in the MWS Revolution. They are coming. Will be revealed August 30th, 2026. It's going to shock the world. It's going to change the fate of the MWS Revolution as we know it. Now, normally I would have Paul Heyman here, but he is taking care of personal business. But now it's been a long time since Paul Heyman has made a video here on the MWS Revolution, but he will make a single video here giving his thoughts on this whole entire They Are Coming video, because he's got a lot to say about that, Mr. Scott Gale. We own you, Scott. We control you. You can't stop us. You can't control us. Paul Heyman was about to speak, but the man is very busy. But as I said, he will make a single video talking about the whole entire They Are Coming. What you gonna do, Scott Gale, Scooter St. William? Are you gonna get mad? You're gonna cry? You're gonna want to the little boy Jaden Miller? Is that who you're gonna want to? Your son? Are you gonna call your friends to help you? You think your friends are gonna be able to stop They Are Coming? You think your friends are gonna have your back? No, Scott Gale, Scooter St. William. They won't have your back, because they will be demolished. We will demolish the MWS Revolution from within. We will demolish everything the fans have stood for, because this hostile takeover, this is going to be the most dangerous threat here in the MWS Revolution. And people will fear us. People will loathe us. People will be majorly threatened by us. They won't be able to stop us from what we're about to do. Nobody knows who they are. But once they reveal themselves, Scott Gale, Scooter St. William, it's gonna shock you as well, and it's gonna shock your son, Jaden Miller, because everybody who fought had your back. Everybody who Jaden fought had his back. Let's just say we made them a business proposal, and we made them an offer they cannot refuse. So, 2 months, Scott Gale, 2 months. August 30th, 2026. Revolution Heatwave, the pay-per-view of the summer, the biggest pay-per-view of the summer, which is most likely the end of the summer pay-per-view. Let's just say the whole entire world is going to be talking about it because the NWS Revolution needs a ratings boost. And this hostile takeover is gonna cause ratings to go through the roof, just like the Mischief Mikey Miller era. Ratings have been going to the roof. So you should not be hating on Mischief Mikey Miller. You should be thanking Mischief Mikey Miller for all he has done here in the NWS Revolution. And you should be thanking our beloved Chief of Staff, someone asked me Ira as well. And that is all I gotta say. Mischief Mikey Miller, back to you, Queen. Scott Kesey, what Don Callis just said, you should take what Don Callis said seriously, Scott Kesey. You should not laugh at it. If you think you can stop us, if you think your friends can stop us, then you got another thing coming. And if you think you're going to be able to stop us, then you are living in a fantasy world. But then again, Scott Kesey, that's pretty much what you do. You live in a fantasy world. You mix fiction with reality, Scott Kesey. Well, we are not the fiction. We are not the fantasy. We are the reality, Scott Kesey. That's what we are. I am the reality. I am the most realist wrestler here in the NWS Revolution. I am the most realist person here in the NWS Revolution. Everything I say is not a lie, Scott Kesey. Even though that I have lied on my Mischief Mikey series here on Darman Studios, but here in the NWS Revolution, I always tell the truth. And the truth hurts, Scott Kesey. And it's going to hurt you in more ways than one, because Revolution Heatwave, let's just say, you're going to wish, it's going to make you wish you never ever messed with the wrong people, Scott Kesey, Scooter St. William, Scotty Boy. Very soon, one of these days, I will have full 100% ownership of the NWS Revolution. And once I have full control, Scott Kesey, you're just gonna be nothing more than my let's just say you're gonna be my personal servant, my personal lapdog. You will do exactly what I say, Scott Kesey. I will have full 100% control over you, over the NWS Revolution. And these stupid, pathetic fans are going to be very disappointed. I plan on being the World Heavyweight Champion for a long time. The clock is ticking on you, Scott Kesey. Tick tock, 2 months. 2 solid months. At Revolution Heatwave, that's when your real nightmare begins. That's when the real horror and terror begins. That's when the worst fears come to mind. That's when our plan comes to fruition. The plan that I have been planning with a group of, let's just say, friends. We've been planning this for a very long time. And yeah, and I will get, and soon I will become the NWS Undisputed Champion as well one of these days. Yes. One of these days, I, Mischief Mikey Miller, plan on being the undisputed NWS World Heavyweight Championship. I'm in the World Heavyweight Championship, and I will have 2 titles above my waist, above my shoulders. Yes, I need to get the undisputed heavyweight championship so I can carry 2 belts. Well, let's just say, hold on a second. You want to know what this? Hold on. That's right, Scott Pizzagale. I will have the undisputed championship when it is my time. But Scott, you can bring all the weapons, all the powerful force you have, but your force will not be able to stop us, Scott Pizzagale, Scotty boy. Now, I'm going to end the video by saying this. 2 months, Scott Casey. I hate to repeat myself, but I'm going to say this. 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, Scott Casey Gale. 2 months, 2 months until Revolution Heatwave. And what I do at Revolution Heatwave, I cannot wait to see the look on your face, Scott Gale, Scooter St. William. This is a new era in the NWS Revolution, the Mischief Mikey era. And that is going to be the most threatening era that has ever come to the NWS Revolution. Nobody, and I mean nobody, will be able to stop us. Nobody will deny us from the fate of our destiny. If you thought the WCW, ECW invasion was from another wrestling company was bad enough, this is going to be a lot more worse. I am your worst nightmare, Scott Gale. I am your worst nightmare. And it's a nightmare that you cannot control, Scooter St. William. Your nightmare is about to get worse at Revolution Heatwave, and your nightmare will finally be revealed. This is Mischief Mikey Miller signing off. Scott Gale, I will see you tonight, and then I will see you in a Hell in a Cell at Revolution Loaded. Now, remember, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The clock is ticking on you, Scott Gale. I am controlling your fate, Scott Gale. I am controlling your mind, Scott Gale. I own every single thing you own, Scott Gale. You cannot stop me. Nobody can stop me. Your Revolution Heatwave is when your worst nightmare comes to mind. When my plan comes to fruition, and I'm not planning alone, Scott Gale, Scooter St. William. So you better look over your shoulder. You better look in your closet. You better look in your bed. You never know where we will be, Scott Gale. And your nightmare is going to continue tonight. And it's just going to get worse from there, Scooter St. William, Scott Gale, Scotty boy. So Scott, let's just say you better be ready for what's about to happen here in the MWS Revolution, and you better be worried for what's about to come, because they will come, and they will be coming at Revolution Heatwave. Now, this is Mischief Mikey Miller, your MWS World Heavyweight Champion, one half of the MWS Tag Team Champions, along with someone that asked me, Iowa, your MWS Board of Directors Chairman, and your co-owner, Mischief Mikey Miller, signing off. Please, you in the truck, hit my music.